Hello! It's been a while since I've last spoke on here. I just basically wanted to catch up with you all, give you a little bit of a rundown of what's been going on. I haven't been creating any art recently, just because life has been busy. As my little baby girl is growing older, it's just been a bit tougher to have time to myself and to create these pieces. I just do little sketches here and there, but I have a few hours to myself now and I'm really going to get locked in and get some pieces sketched. I'm really enjoying using soft pastels at the moment, oil soft pastels. It's been a lot of fun. I've also invested in a few more pieces of soft pastels, different like shades of colour, which I'm really excited to use and to try. And I'm really enjoying using the pastels on cotton paper, which is not the typical sort of paper you use for pastels to say, but I personally am really enjoying it. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just going to what I can feel some form of joy and peace with, which is the whole reason why I've created this sort of like art series, you know, documenting the pieces that I create. First piece that I created on YouTube was the striped vase with the apples. It turned out better than I imagined it to, and I initially wanted to create this piece to hang on my wall in my studio area where my art trolley is. Managed to frame it the way that I literally had in my mind, and it's hung on the wall and I'm so happy with it. It literally brings me so much joy whenever I see it. I just wish I sort of did this a lot earlier, created more art pieces to hang on my walls at home, because it just gives that more of a personal touch to your home, to your environment. It's definitely something I'm going to do a lot more now. I just want to note that I do not have or come from a professional background regarding like art or being an artist. It solely just comes down to passion and something that I've loved doing since a very young age. The only form of like credentials I have is art GCSE. I didn't pursue it, and that is something that I wish I did do. There's no reason to regret it. It just means that I do it a lot more now, do the thing that I really love and have a passion towards. I also find it a way for me to sort of like connect to my late father, because he was such an artist himself and he would always like help me with my own art homework. I always feel my dad's like sort of presence whenever I'm creating art, and it just makes me feel a bit closer to my parents. So this is my outfit for today whilst I'm in the studio / dining area, and there is my prize piece that I created. Absolutely love how it turned out in the end, exactly how I pictured it being framed. It just looks really lovely next to my now messy art trolley. So happy with it. Shopping, and I picked up a few new like pieces and like tools to use. So the first thing I want to talk about is this like pastel set. It's sort of like a kit to help smudge and blend the oil pastels in, instead of like always using my fingers. Even though I do prefer using my fingers, just like for those like precise sort of parts of the art piece, I thought this would be really lovely to use. So it just comes in like different sort of like shapes It has like a taper point, a flat chisel, fan brush and a blender brush, and I've actually used one of them for a commission piece that I had last week to complete, and I actually really found it useful to use. So yeah, that's really lovely, and I didn't actually go in there to pick this up, but I definitely think it's been a useful equipment to add to your art collection. And then I also picked up a few new colours in the pastel. Nice to get a few new colours to try out, and I'm excited to see what I can create with them. I then picked up A3 size cotton paper. I'm now going to create something that I've had in my mind for a while now, so very excited. This is a piece that I've just sketched. It's an idea that I've had in my mind for a while, and these are the colours that I'm planning to use. This colour is the colour that I picked up a couple of weeks ago when I did my little art shop, and it's this gorgeous like lime green colour, and I picked up this brown, almost like really deep burgundy brown pastel colour. Looking so far. I'm really loving using these two blenders to really get like the precise and like define the certain objects here. I don't know how I feel about the mug right now. I feel like it stands out a little bit too much. Final look, and I'm going to take off the tape, but I'm quite happy with it. I think the mug is actually okay now. I do wish I made it a little bit bigger. It does fit in now since the background is red. I ended ended up making a few changes next day to the artwork. I added a bit more shadow work around the pears and around here, and I changed the colour of the mug to a white. It just wasn't sitting right with me, the red, and it was sort of clashing with the red background, and it just, every time I kept looking at the piece, I just felt like it just didn't sit right with me. And then I asked my husband and he was saying maybe it's the colour of the mug. So it did take me a little while to change the red to a more lighter colour white, gravitated more towards the stripes and the bars. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out in the end. My only slight thing is I did wish I made the mug a little bit bigger in terms of like proportions. The way everything is, like this is like perfect. I think I should have made the mug a little bit bigger, but overall I'm really happy with how it turned out in the end, and I'm really glad that I changed the colour of the mug because I just feel like it sits a lot more nicely now, especially against the red background. It took me a while to get there in the end. That's my cat meowing in the background. I really love how the colours complement one another. The piece is inspired by like homeware objects that I have around my home. Unknowingly, I'm sort of making like a bit of a series here of like just homeware objects that I have around or that I come across. The colours or the patterns of it just inspire me to want to make these artwork and art pieces. That's basically the inspiration behind it, playing around with the colours and the shapes and the proportions of everything. I enjoyed creating this piece. It was a little bit stressful in comparison to the last two pieces that I've done, also on a much bigger scale, so that was quite interesting and like fun to figure out and to work around. Make sure you tune in for my next art video. I really hope you enjoy this vlog that I've put together. Hope to see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.